we are going to, stand somewhere over there, and we're basically going to, say a little about these clothes, like what stories they're from, what dynasties they're from, the whole thing. All right, so why don't we get started? First is the white snake.
This tale begins with a good-natured boy by the name of Xu Xian in Hangzhou. One day he purchases some tang yuan from a peddler near the West Lake, not knowing there are actually immortality pills in the skies. After consuming the food, he feels nauseated, and soon the pills were out of his stomach and into the lake, where a white female snake spirit who protects Dao Jiao, magical arts, discovers them. Knowing that neighboring turtle is jealous of her luck, the snake quickly ingests them and gains spiritual powers. As a Taoist spirit, she has been searching for immortality her whole life, and feels an immense gratitude and spiritual connection with Xu Xian. While traveling in the human realm, the white snake finds a green snake at the mercy of a beggar. Pitying the snake, she transforms into a human and rescues it, saving its life. Grateful for her intervention, the green snake swears to follow her until the end of time.
All right. Now we have the Cowherd and the Weaver girl.
The Weaver girl star, 织女星, referring to the Vega star, and the Cowherd star, 天牛星, referring to the Altair star, fell deeply in love with each other. However, in the heavens of the Chinese mythological world, it is against the heavenly rules for these stars or deities to have romantic relationships. Moreover, the Weaver girl star, is the granddaughter of the heavenly empress. When word of their forbidden love reached the ears of the powerful heavenly empress, she became furious and sent the Cowherd star down to earth as a mortal. The Weaver girl was punished to weave non-stop in the sky. In the legend, clouds in the skies were weaved by the Weaver girl with magical silk and weaving machine. Different colors were weaved according to different times of the day and season. On a day, a group of fairies requested the heavenly empress for permission to descend to the mortal world, to Bilianqi Lake, a lake which could beautify and whiten skin. The empress was in a good mood and agreed. The fairy girls, taking pity on the Weaver girl for working so hard on her weaving, further requested for her to join them on the trip. Heavenly Empress thought for quite a while and gave in eventually. On Earth, when the Cowherd girl descended to the mortal world, he was reborn into a farming family and named as Cowherd, cowboy, Niulang. After his parents passed away, he stayed with his brother and sister-in-law, who treated him very badly. Eventually, he was chased out of their home with only an old ox and a broken cart. The cowherd and the old ox depended on each other and lived through hardship together. They plowed and worked hard, and in a couple of years managed to build a small house and make ends meet.
Next we have Lady Mengjiang. Mengjiang. Thank you. There we are. All right. So, the story of Lady Mengjiang goes as follows. In the Shang Dynasty, there was a woman named Mengjiang, and she had a husband who was conscripted to build part of the Great Wall. Now, Lady Mengjiang was not super happy about this, so of course she, cried and cried and cried and cried. Then her husband goes away, and she doesn't know what to do with herself, so she says, I guess I'll make clothing for him and bring it to him. So she makes clothing for months and months and months, and then she starts to walk from her hometown to the side of the Great Wall, which was very far away. And when she finally gets there, she realizes, or she was told, that her husband actually died in the process of building the Great Wall.
Nice.
Lady Mengjiang, of course, is very, very sad again. So she cries and cries and cries some more. It is said that she cried so hard that about 800 li, which is, let's say, more or less like 3 or 4 miles of the Great Wall just came down. And then she died. Yep, that is. Okay. And finally, we have the Imperial Scholars. I guess I'm included in this too. So, these Imperial Scholar robes were worn by, well, scholars that took the Imperial Examinations in all of the dynasties, basically. These robes were generally much nicer than these, but of course we don't have the real versions because those would be very expensive. So the Imperial Examinations went like this. They had the local examinations in which, all men from around the towns would study the Confucian classics. They would pore over them for months, years. They would spend their entire lives up until they were 16 studying the classics. And then they would take these examinations, and if they passed, they would go to the provincial, which was, around the whole province, and they would do the same thing. And if they passed, then they would go to the national examination, and then if they passed that, they would get to the Imperial Examination. And if you passed at the highest top of your class in the Imperial Examination, you were awarded the title Jin Shi, which is, the #1 rank for the scholars. And then you would be awarded a position in government, and yeah, you would just basically work there until you died or did something bad, and they would kick you out. And yeah, that's it. That's all we have.